Imagine a scenario where Russia deploys a new wave of Iskander-M missiles, equipped with artificial intelligence, capable of learning from every Ukrainian interception and adapting their flight paths in real time. While this may sound like a vision from a science fiction novel, the rapid evolution of Russian missile technology brings such possibilities ever closer to reality. Over the past year, the Iskander-M system has become a central pillar of Russia's strategy to undermine Ukraine's military infrastructure, especially its vital weapons and ammunition depots. Since the spring of 2025, Russian missile strikes have grown in frequency and precision. The Iskander-M, already infamous for its speed and maneuverability, is now being used with increasing sophistication. Ukrainian depots in Kharkiv and Sumy have been repeatedly targeted, with devastating consequences. These facilities are not just storage sites, they are the logistical heart of Ukraine's defense, supplying frontline troops with the ammunition and equipment they need to continue the fight. The destruction of even a single depot can disrupt operations across an entire sector. The Iskander-M is far more than a traditional ballistic missile. It is a mobile, highly adaptable system capable of launching both ballistic and cruise missiles, each with distinct flight profiles and warhead options. Its hallmark is unpredictability. Iskander missiles can execute abrupt maneuvers, deploy decoys to confuse interceptors, and strike with extraordinary accuracy. Officially, the system's range is listed at 500 kilometers, but some analysts suggest it may be capable of reaching targets much farther away. With a flight time measured in minutes, Ukrainian air defense crews are left with precious little time to respond. One of the most striking attacks occurred in late May, when an Iskander-M missile obliterated a major Ukrainian ammunition depot near Kharkiv. The explosion not only destroyed tons of munitions, but also damaged the infrastructure needed to resupply Ukrainian units at the front. Similar strikes have hit depots in Sumy and even disrupted shipments at key Black Sea ports. Each successful attack forces Ukrainian commanders to rethink their logistics, constantly relocating depots and command centers in a high-stakes game of cat and mouse. What makes the Iskander-M so difficult to counter is its combination of speed, agility, and electronic warfare capabilities. Unlike older missiles, it can follow a quasi-ballistic trajectory, making it hard to track and intercept. In its terminal phase, the missile can change direction suddenly and deploy electronic countermeasures, overwhelming even advanced Western-supplied air defense systems like Patriot, NASAMS, or IRIS-T. Ukrainian officials have admitted that, despite some successful interceptions, most Iskander-M missiles still reach their targets, often with devastating results. The psychological effect of these strikes is profound. Soldiers and civilians alike live under the constant threat of sudden, precise destruction. The knowledge that a single missile can wipe out a critical supply hub or command post at any moment creates a sense of vulnerability that no amount of fortification can fully dispel. For Ukraine, this means not only material losses, but also mounting pressure on morale and operational tempo. Russia's strategy is clear. By relentlessly targeting Ukraine's logistical backbone, it aims to sap resistance and force difficult choices on the battlefield. The increased production of Iskander-M missiles, driven by a wartime economy operating around the clock, ensures that these attacks can continue unabated. Western sanctions have slowed, but not halted Russia's ability to manufacture advanced munitions, and the Kremlin has made missile production a top priority. On the Ukrainian side, adaptation is ongoing. Commanders are dispersing stockpiles, reinforcing bunkers, and using deception to mask the true locations of vital assets. Mobile air defense units are constantly on the move, trying to stay one step ahead of Russian reconnaissance. Yet, the sheer speed and adaptability of the Iskander-M system mean that no solution is foolproof. The constant threat of missile attack forces Ukraine to devote significant resources to defense, resources that might otherwise be used for offensive operations. These developments raise urgent questions for Ukraine's Western partners. The assumption that advanced air defense systems alone could neutralize Russia's missile threat has proven overly optimistic. The conflict is exposing the limits of current technology and highlighting the need for new approaches, ranging from improved early warning systems to next-generation interceptors and more sophisticated electronic warfare capabilities. The Iskander-M's effectiveness also marks a shift in the nature of modern warfare. Precision, speed, and adaptability are becoming more important than sheer numbers or brute force. Russia's focus on high-tech missile systems, combined with its willingness to invest heavily in production, is setting a new standard for 21st-century conflict. For Ukraine and its allies, keeping pace will require not just more equipment, but smarter strategies and faster innovation. The impact of these missile strikes is not limited to the battlefield. Each destroyed depot and command post undermines Ukraine's ability to sustain its defense and puts additional strain on Western supply lines. The psychological toll on troops and civilians alike is immense, as the fear of sudden, catastrophic loss hangs over every decision. Russia's ability to strike deep behind the front lines forces Ukraine to spread its resources thin, complicating efforts to mount effective counteroffensives. Meanwhile, Russia's defense industry has shifted into high gear. Factories operate day and night, producing missiles, tanks, and artillery at a pace that outstrips the combined output of NATO countries. Russian officials claim that their annual production of artillery shells now exceeds 3 million, while Western nations struggle to reach similar numbers. This industrial advantage allows Russia to maintain a high tempo of operations, replacing losses and sustaining pressure on Ukrainian forces. The transformation of Russia's war economy stands out as one of the key lessons of this conflict. It demonstrates that modern warfare is not just about fielding the best technology, but about the ability to adapt quickly and produce at scale. While Western countries debate reforms and procurement strategies, Russia has already implemented them, positioning its industry for a prolonged and intense confrontation. As the war grinds on, the question remains: which side will falter first under the strain? Western nations face the urgent task of modernizing their defense industries and rethinking their military doctrines to meet new challenges. Russia, for its part, has shown it can ramp up production and adapt its tactics as needed. The battles over Ukraine's depots and the relentless Iskander-M strikes are just one piece of a much larger puzzle. They underscore that success in modern warfare depends on a blend of technology, logistics, flexibility, and determination. For Ukraine, Western military support remains vital. However, the belief that advanced air defense systems and armored vehicles would single-handedly shift the balance has proven overly optimistic. The reality is more nuanced. Vehicles are lost, depots are destroyed, and troops must adapt to ever-changing conditions. Both sides are learning and evolving with each engagement. The lessons emerging from Ukraine will shape Western military strategy for years to come. It is clear that NATO can no longer rely solely on its traditional strengths. Modernization, improved training, and doctrinal innovation are essential. Russia's ability to manage its war machine efficiently and flexibly has forced a rethink across the alliance. The outcome of this contest remains uncertain, but one thing is clear: the experience of this conflict will leave a lasting mark on military thinking worldwide. As the world watches events unfold in Ukraine, the images of destroyed depots and relentless missile attacks serve as a potent symbol of the challenges ahead. Both sides are determined to hold their ground and seize every possible advantage. The struggle is far from over, and the ultimate victor remains unknown. What is certain is that the lessons learned here will influence the way wars are fought in the future. What's your perspective? Can Ukraine and its allies keep pace with Russia's evolving missile tactics? Or are we witnessing a turning point in the balance of power? Share your thoughts in the comments and subscribe for more in-depth analysis on the future of warfare in Ukraine and beyond.